Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. This will be the first project I'm going to be doing, and this is my first hobby-based channel, and just somewhere I can share painting, modelling, and things I've been up to. So here's the first project for the series and for the whole channel itself. It's going to be based on some models I once owned when I was very much younger, and thoroughly enjoyed painting, but back in the sort of years gone by, I've actually sold my old model and kind of wished I never had and wish I kept hold of him. But this is the model. It is an Ork Nob in Mega Armour. Bought this off eBay. Got a pretty good price, about £12, which isn't too bad considering these guys are getting pretty scarce now. Obviously it's painted. I've got both of the arms here, the exact same arms which I used to have, which is the big shooter, and then the power claw. No, it's not that one. There it is, the power claw. That's a sneak peek at another model. So just have a quick look at this. The guy who bought this from, it's actually done quite a good little job painting there. We've got some highlights and made a bit of an attempt at some highlighting on the moon and the flames. It's not a bad colour scheme, and they've given it a really good go, so you've got to respect that. But I will be stripping this guy completely off, giving him a bit of an acetone bath, and just having a go and having a bit of a play. So we'll see some work we need to do to rescue this guy. We've got lots of glue on here and on here, and he's lost his boss pole, which weirdly I did exactly the same thing with my model and trimmed that off because I just didn't like the giant sticking out thing. So that's going to need to be sort of filed down, sanded down, so it just sort of looks a bit more flush. The arms, I can remember these guys had an absolute nightmare with their arms staying on. They just sort of seemed to explode at a moment's notice. You just dropped it and it just came straight off. So with my new knowledge and my new tools, I'm going to be pinning these and using some gel super glue, and they are not going to be going anywhere. They're going to be stuck on there for good. I've not quite decided on the colour scheme yet, but I feel like maybe like a red or something like that. And I'm going to be drilling out the hole in the top here for the little smokestack to give it a little bit of depth, and drilling out I've already made little pilot holes here, drilling out the barrels of these guns. I want to do like a heat effect thing on here. That could be quite cool. And then just start working on the little mechanical parts. I'm not sure if this has been dry brushed or it's just worn through time, because I have noticed that whoever painted this never put any primer on it, which makes my life stripping the paint off way easier. So thank you very much for that. So that is project one. I thought, you know, it's a model that I enjoy painting. I don't collect orcs, but I always like that model. And whilst I was on eBay and having a browse around looking at knobs in Mega Armour, this guy popped up. Now, a lot of you younger viewers won't recognise this guy, but a few of you old veterans and your long fangs will recognise this guy from the Citadel combat cards, which was like the Orc boss Buglob or something along those lines. He had like red armour. For some reason, they painted on a giant wart on his face and on his head, which I always found was a little bit weird. Like Games Workshop and Heavy Metal's obsession with painting warts and spots on models back then, but it doesn't seem to have one sculpted on. So that's one of the points I never liked about that picture of that model on the Citadel combat card, so I can paint them without it. So this guy looks in pretty good nick for a model that's, you know, going on 30 years old. There's a couple of mould lines which I've already sort of like addressed here. Nothing seems to have snapped off, and I've already drilled the barrel on this gun. I noticed there's some kind of bit here. I don't know whether it's a shooter or a small gun, or I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. I might put a little bit of green stuff there and turn it into like a laser pointer on his claw or something and do a lens effect. That could be quite cool. But yeah, this is another model that I saw, picked up, did a bit of haggling with the owner, and got down to a nice price. And I figured whilst I'm painting up Ork number 1, I can also paint up Ork number 2 and have like an evolution of the Orks in Mega Armour. Then maybe get another Ork in Mega Armour and then something bigger and have them as a little display piece. I think that might be fun. But that's where we are at the moment. So this one's going to have an acetone bath. This one, it's got a little bit of paint left in there, so I might just give him a soak in acetone just because. And we'll see how we go from there. So thanks very much. Stay with the channel, and always remember, make sure you drill those bolt holes and even your barrels. Brilliant. I did the whole video without stuffing up until right at the end. Oh well, que sera, but this is how it's going to roll. Lots of mistakes, lots and lots of mistakes, but that's part of learning, isn't it? See you soon, guys.